Hey guys, Human here. This time I'm back with a One Piece deck profile of my kid deck. I got top 8 at Miami Treasure Cup, and I'll be discussing the list, potential changes, and matchups. So let's go right into it. First, we have 4 Bonnie, standard Bonnie count, 3 Momonosuke, and 4 Beige. So I prefer 3 Momonosuke because of the counts of Land of Wano cards, and it's not always used. Sometimes your most wanted card here to search is always Bonnie over Momo. So Momo can usually use as a counter, or late game you can find it to use it and look for your cats, your Nekos, and your Izos. Early game, you want to look for your Okiku so you can rest bodies. Next are 2 costs. We have 4 Killers, 4 Scratchman Apu, and 4 Nekomamushi. So this is our standard 2 cost lineup. Most kids deck will run the same amount. The only thing that may differ would be the killer count. I like the 4 killer count because I'm playing multiple kids. Now our 3 cost lineup, 4 Izo, 4 Okiku, and 1 Raizo. So I see a lot of lists play 3 Okiku. Personally, I like the 4 because I want to see it early. The earlier I see it, the more pressure I can apply to my opponent's characters. I want to rest them and be able to remove them from the board. The more board control you have, the better it is towards late game. And then the 1 Raizo, so I can have continuously draw cards and apply pressure if I have an 8 cost kid on the board. And of course, our favorite card for the mirror, 3 Basil Hawken, 1 Yamato, 1 X-Drake, and 2 Laws. So I went with the 1 Yamato because I like playing Yamato. I really do. Especially if you can lock your opponent down and you're able to get a swing in with Yamato, they will forever be locked down. They can never get cards from their life to their hand. The 1 X-Drake is so I can remove bodies just like Killer. However, Killer can't hit 4 costs. X-Drake can. It's pretty good in the blue matchup where most of their blockers, they're all 4 costs. So if they're rested, especially since Dolphy brings them out rested, you can play it and they'll pop their blockers. And of course, our Hawken mirror match, if there's an 8 cost kid, you want to swing you can swing at it multiple times, or even in the purple matchup in Kaido, unless they have a 9 cost Kaido, you can constantly apply pressure with the Hawkins. They can never attack with their kings. And my personal preference, 4 7 cost kid and 2 8 cost kid. 7 cost kid applies a lot of pressure on his own. All you have to do is put 1 Dawn on him and you can always attack each turn. It'll be 8k swing, constant 8k swings. While 8 cost kids at 2, since I'm playing more 7 cost kid, I don't want to play as many 8 cost kid. So it's 4-2 split here. Your total count should always stay around 5 or 6. 6 being the max. You really don't want to go beyond that, playing 7 of these big guys, big bosses. And because I'm playing 4 7 cost kid, I'm playing 3 Paradise Waterfall so I can abuse the kid block as much as possible, and 2 Punk Gibsons. So Punk Gibson, obviously you can rest characters 4 costs or less when your opponent attacks, and then Paradise Waterfall so you can restand your blockers after attacking, or if your opponent were to rest your Okiku, you can always play counter with Paradise Waterfall to unrest it, and now they can't attack it. Now for matchups, I play in the Miami Treasure Cup, 9 rounds of Swiss. I played 7 mirror matches, 1 Luffy, 1 Kaido. And of course, this deck is geared primarily towards the mirror match with the 4 7 cost kids, 3 Basil Hawken, and 4 Okiku. This is mainly for the mirror match. What's this deck would struggle against if they were to have established board before I can get these guys out, which happened to do so at top 8, where I lost to mirror match as well. In my top 16 matchup, I played against Law. So when you play against Law, Luffy, or red decks in general, the best way to play the deck, at least the way I see it, is to starve your opponent. You want to keep your opponent as low as possible and make sure you don't have enough cards in their hand. So what you do, don't attack life, but attack their characters. Remove as many characters from the board as possible. So then once they're all gone and they only have like 1 card or 2 cards in hand, that's when you start attacking life and they can never use their law effect or not have enough counter in their hand. And they can't rush you if they're playing Luffy or Zoro. And then when you play against Kaido, of course, you have to rush them as fast as possible. You have the opposite mentality as when you play against red. You want to rush them down, get them down to 1. As soon as you get them down to 1, they can never play their 10-drop Kaido. And because they can't play their 10-drop Kaido, they can't remove a wide board. So all you have to do is keep your 8-cost kid on board at the time. As long as you're able to protect it, you should win their matchup. Now for our potential changes to the deck. After losing my top 8 matchup and playing throughout the day, I realized, okay, this deck is missing a few things and I can adjust them. So what I thought about are these. I can play 1 less Paradise Waterfall, 1 less Captain Kidd, and where is it? Right here. And no X-Drake. I personally really like Yamato, otherwise I would take Yamato out. This could be a potential change. Cards I would put in: a 3rd 8-cost kid, a 2nd Raizo, and a Straw Sword. Straw Sword is particularly good in the mirror match where you want to rest their 7-cost kid so you can attack over it. 7-cost kid will always never be rested unless they need to. So Straw Sword can go over that. You rest their kid and start attacking over it. So these are potential changes, and these are the 4 cards you can potentially take out. If anything, you can always do this: take these 3 out, put these 3 in. If you want to, if you don't want the X-Drake, you can always take the X-Drake out for an extra Raizo or maybe even an extra Straw Sword. And that is all. If you like this video, please give it a like and comment. Let me know what you think of the changes and what changes you yourself would make.